Hey guys, this is our weekly team call, and it's crazy because this is one of the last team calls of the year. Because Amber pointed out when we were texting this morning or this afternoon, whatever time it was, that next Tuesday is actually Christmas, so we're not going to be doing a team call. Also, how the heck is next week Christmas? Like, that's insane. So there will be this team call, and then I should look at the dates to make sure that's actually correct. Actually, this is the last team call of this year.
Yeah, because the one for us, because soon then after that it'll be New Year's, but there's still the Set Your Soul on Fire calls. And I don't know, do we have two this week? Because I know Shanti is speaking tomorrow for Set Your Soul on Fire.
I think there's two.
And then the normal Thursday one.
Yeah. And tomorrow, like in the middle of the day. I think it's 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
I didn't even know that. I should probably go.
And then noon Eastern, I'm pretty sure. So all Pacific Standard Time people, be aware that that is 9 a.m. But yeah, so this is the last team call of 2018 for this our small team. And that just is really insane to think about. And the next official team call will be on the first day of 2019. Mind blown. So we are devoting this team call specifically to setting up our vision boards and goals for 2019 with 2 weeks left. I think it's the perfect timing. Hopefully you guys have already been thinking about this. Maybe you've been doing the Design Your Best Year Ever with Set Your Soul on Fire, which I like to do every year. And that really helps me personally get clear on my vision. And it's great because it's easy to look back and be really hard on ourselves about everything we didn't accomplish and all the goals we missed. But what I really love about Design Your Best Year Ever is that there's a big part of it is celebrating your wins, celebrating all the things that you did accomplish that maybe you didn't give yourself credit for, and just setting a really strong intention and roadmap for the new year. So if you haven't started Design Your Best Year Ever yet, the PDF in the group is Set Your Soul on Fire. You can just search it in that little search tab. But I highly recommend it because it's just a really good tool to have and then revisit next year. Because we want you guys to be here, not just 6 months from now, not just a year from now, but years from now. If you want to create an income with this business, like a lasting income, something that you can really build and something that's really there for you and your family, and you really want to do something, it's not just what you're going to do in this next year, but it's where you're going to be with this 5 years from now. So that's what I want you guys to think about tonight, is not just what you want for 2019, but when we're talking about our vision boards, think about what you want for the next 5-10 years. What was really funny is when Amber and I were talking about this, you mentioned you had a Canva up, or that you could pull up and share your screen with. And I was like, oh, I have one too. And then I found some old ones. I just searched some of the groups under vision boards, and I found one of my from 2016. And a lot of my goals are still there. And I've crossed some stuff off, but a lot of it's still there. So it's just something that you may not necessarily hit it in a year, and that's okay. But I want you guys to think big, long vision, not just a year from now. And I think sometimes we shoot ourselves in the foot that way, is that we give ourselves a year, and then we give ourselves 6 months, and then we give ourselves a month, and we're like, oh, we didn't accomplish this goal we had set out for the year, but we only did work for maybe a month or a week out of the year to do it because we thought we had all this time. So really think about that. And we're going to talk about setting your vision board up, setting your goals up, and then reverse engineering that, because of course you can't execute a vision or a goal without a plan. So anything you want to add to that?
I was trying to clean out my desk because I was like, I don't want to show people my desktop. That looks crazy. So I just wanted to reiterate a little bit what you said about the best year ever. When I was a brand new coach, I think I got, because you can go buy the journal, and it has, but the PDF is the free version. So I bought that, and I might have just got rid of it, but that was me as a brand new coach going into 2015. And I had the goal elite written down then, which I didn't even really understand. And that's kind of how I just got started with this whole thing. I was like, oh, I don't understand all of it, but I know I want it, I guess. So I just was, and as I've gone, I think it's important to, you don't have to know every detail, but I think it's important to know, if you wanted to go for elite, that means that you have 5 diamonds underneath you, and you know the basics of it. Because if you shoot for that, even if you fall a little short and you end the year with 2 diamonds and you're a premier coach, that's still pretty freaking cool. And so now I just do each December, the team does this group, designing your best year ever. You guys can still join it if you want. Like Kate said, the PDF is there. And I just wrote it down in a journal. And like, basically there's a bunch of steps, but like, step 1? I have step 2. But anyways, it's like 10 things that were amazing in 2018. And then your biggest triumph, smartest decision, greatest lesson. And it's really fun to like write it all out, because it really does make you appreciate the things that you did do. It's not just business too, because it talks about your current assets too, like, and things in your life, business, financial, physical, mental, family. It helps you really like narrow down your goals. And when I was going to get to, my goal was elite. It still is elite. But to also like branch off of that idea, like if you don't want to do best year ever, but you want to at least make some kind of goals, which is the whole point of this call. But if you missed the call from last Thursday with Keyshawn, that's about the roadmap to elite. This year, the elite qualifications have changed just slightly, but that call I thought was really helpful, because it just talks about how to get to elite and kind of breaks it down, and it's a way to reverse engineer. So if you do want to know more about elite, make sure you watch that call. And like I said, if you shoot for elite and you end the year a 2-star diamond, that's still pretty amazing. And you've given yourself like a huge pay raise and built a more foundation, like a stronger team. Because things might happen. You might lose rank, but if you are 2-star and you drop to 1-star, you're still going to be earning the same bonus cycles, and you still have like a lot of volume coming in. So it's still like, when you're first just an emerald, it's a little bit shakier, because it's so easy to have like one coach like lose active, and then you're like, shit, I'm a coach again. But and then even if you build diamond, the same thing can happen. But once you get to 1-star, 2-star, it can still happen, but it's a lot harder. Like you like really build the foundation of your business. So shoot higher. And then even if you fall a little short, it's still a good idea. But I just wanted to say, I've just been doing the journal. I know some people were using their passion planners. So last year I had this little guy, and they don't make them anymore, I guess, because I didn't see them this year. So I ordered this one, and some people were using, so this is 2019, and some people were using this to like map out their goals, and they're doing the design your best year ever, or just goals. So I think it's important to, each month we really encourage everyone to make a monthly set of goals, but like just think about what you want in 2019, business, financial, spiritually, like everything in your life that you want. It does not have to just be Beachbody, but I really do believe that Beachbody can help you get all those things. They're all kind of tied together. I really see my job as a lot of my life. I know it sounds creepy, but it's just given me so much more. So it's like enables me to be able to like pursue passions and do other things that I want to do. And I have more I could say, but I'll just shut up for a second.
Okay. So I think what we wanted to do is we just wanted to share some examples with some vision boards. Like I said, I found some from older ones from like the team, and then I found one of my old ones, and then Amber and I both have ones that like we're working on. But while we go over this, things that I want you guys to think about, just to like start jotting down, and you can type it in the chat box too and share examples, but things that you want for your vision board, your goal for the next year. And we're going to break this down more like with rank and income, but like what you want to make this next year, whether it's by the end of next year monthly, what you want to make with your business, what you want to make in an entire year. And I really encourage you guys to dream big with this. Like, don't put yourself in a box and limit yourself based on where you are today, because where you are today is not a reflection of where you're going to be a year from now unless you choose to stay stuck. So this is me and Amber and us as a whole, and you giving yourself permission to unstick yourself and really make 2019 your year of Beachbody and the year you go all in and really dive into what you're capable of. And because Eden and Katie are on this call, we had a call on Sunday, and I was talking to them about their goals for 2019, and they both definitely set themselves up with lower goals for like the entire year. And I just gave them a little reality check because I was like, you guys know you are way more capable. I think you guys both, the goal originally was diamond. And I was like, you guys have been pushing for diamond all year. I'm not going to let you, like, you can nail that out in like the first quarter, let alone the first month. You guys know what it takes to be diamond. You know the work that it takes to put in to do it. And I strongly believe if you push all year, you're just not going to flourish with this. And so like we talked about it, and both of their goals now is at least premier and 2-star for next year. So I want you guys to think about it. Like, don't just set these small goals with this, like have big goals. Amber and I will both admit Elite has been on our goal board year after year after year. And each year we get closer. It may not have happened again, which is frustrating, but we don't shrink our goals to match where we are. We still keep setting the goal, and we just extend the date and keep working towards it. So please, like, don't think small with this. Think really big. So I want you guys to think about your income, what you want to make a month, what you want to make in the year. I want you to think about rank. So again, don't just say diamond coach, because diamond is just literally the bare minimum. Really, if you guys want a residual income with this, it doesn't start with diamond. It starts like a 2-star or past that. So like, think beyond diamond. It can be 2-star premier. I think everybody on this team is capable of that. So like, don't think small. Think about trips that you want to take, and like the Success Club trip that you want to earn for 2020, because next, in like 2 weeks, at the next Super Saturday, they're going to announce the next year's trip that you're going to be able to earn by hitting Success Club. So think about putting that on your vision board. Think about Summit, where you want to be at Summit, that you want to attend Summit. Think about your fitness goals too. And on my vision board every year, I put like abs and ridiculous quads and like girls who are like ripped, because that's part of my goals. And then things that make you happy, like maybe you want to hike more, or like, because it doesn't have to be all about business. It can be like taking your family to Disneyland, or going and taking your spouse on a trip and being able to afford that, or like whatever it is. But I want you guys to think outside of what you're normally thinking about, and put things on there that make you happy and make you excited. I want you to challenge yourself to go back to like why you're here, and think about that, and make sure that is part of your vision board, like your why, whether it's firing your boss and you want to do that in 2019, or you want to make enough to go part-time, put part-time on there. What I know, one thing that I'm putting on there, because I'm working on it, like I'm finding visuals, but I also like write out things, is I want to have at least 2 to 3 coaches fire their boss next year. Like that's something that I want. And I want 2 other coaches who are premier or elite coaches on the team. So like setting goals outside of yourself too, because it is like, think about how you can help other people with this. So that being said, I don't know if you want to go first and share yours first, Amber.
Sure. And I will say, like, when Kate says like, you know, diamond is like the bare minimum, I have built so I've been, just to be like totally transparent with you guys, like this is going to be like I just hit my like 4-year anniversary in November as a coach, and I've been a diamond since 6 months into the business. And I have been, it's been really great to, like, longevity wise, I've kept diamond. I've gotten to 1-star, but then I've lost it and then I've gotten it back. But I've always hit 1-star and never above. But I built a business of longevity with volume. So by recruiting, by hitting Success Club regularly, and like, you know, I feel like a lot of my customers are like really devoted. And then I have a lot of coaches that are active. They don't maybe work the business, but they're active. They buy things. So all that volume is, I make maybe as much as some 2-3 stars. But Amy, every time I say anything about income, Amy will DM me and say, get to 2-star and open your second CVC. People, no, like, so it's like, you got to get to 2-star. Like I feel like, oh, that's great. I'm like living off my income and this is great. I'm a 1-star diamond coach. But like, the sooner you guys can get to 2-star, you get to open your second CBC, which means like you again, and then you basically just volume off of that and like make more money off. It's just awesome because it's not really more work for you. It's just like your team is more solid and you can make more money. So I just had to share that because Amy's constantly just get to 2-star. Like, I know, and I'm so close. And then also when you get to open your CBC, that means you open another one of you, and then you can build yourself to diamond. So basically I could get to 3-star pretty quick if that happens. So just want you guys to not like limit yourself. Like, don't just stop at diamond. There's so much, and please don't let it take you 4 fucking years. Like it's taking me. I'm happy that I built what I've built. Like, and one day maybe I'll be on the National Wake Up Call and I'll be like, this is just my story. It took me 7 years. No, hopefully not. But like everyone's story is going to be their own story, but just don't limit yourself. And, you know, like you can do more. You can totally do more. Okay. So what?
You can do what we've done a lot faster.
Yeah, no, because I mean, and it's not that the market's too saturated or it's not that we've been doing it longer and we're better, because every year new coaches pop up out of nowhere that are just like normal ass people that go like 10-star and like, or, you know, real quick. And so it reminds me, I mean, it's like you can let it bother you or let it, and there has been times where I'm like, what's so special about this person? And, I like to study those people. I like to like figure out what they're doing, and because I think it's interesting, but I let it inspire me because I'm like, okay, like this chick can do it. You know what I mean? Like, and she's just some normal, you know, teacher, 20 in their 20s or whatever. And it really is a matter of like, you could recruit just a few coaches on your team that could take your business like to the next level. Like it only takes a handful of people. It takes 5 diamonds under you to totally get you to elite. So that's only 5 people, like if you think about it. So just let all these stories and other people's like successes just motivate you and inspire you. Don't let it get you down. It's really easy to get in the comparison game. I mean, I can tell you 4 years in, I still do it, and I have to really shake myself out of it. I have to like lean into personal development. You know, I lean into my upline. Like I've got Kate, but you have me and Kate, and you have like our whole upline. Like, so the other day, sorry, I'm going on a tangent, but I just have to share, like I was feeling really like low about myself and wishing that I like was further than I was and all these things. And Amy's like, get to 2-star. And I'm like, you know, so then I just was asking her some questions. I'm like, okay, I'm just not going to feel sorry for myself. I'm just going to like ask her. And it got me thinking about how maybe I need to just share different recognition. So I went into my team page and I was like, hey, can you guys share some things that have worked for you that aren't just like body transformations? Because I really want to like talk more about, you know, the community and like all the other things that coaching can bring you. Like what did maybe you do with $100 paycheck? Like all that stuff's really important. And our pages are very saturated. So I only got like 2 replies, but then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go into Team Set Your Soul on Fire and I'll post it in there because that's still my team. So like, if you feel like, you know, you have all of this team, like you have Set Your Soul on Fire, you have Team Women Love, you have Team TCB, like you have all of us. And then that post just got a lot more engagement. So I was able to get like more responses, and it was just such a like positive post, and I was able to share some of that on my social media. And I've gotten 1 person that applied since I posted that today. So, you know, I just want you to remember, like, don't compare yourself. Don't get into that. Don't withdraw. Like you have to like put yourself back into the team, like plug in, check in with the team, check in with the upline, listen to what the mentors are saying that are having really great success, and just don't isolate yourself, because that's the first way you're going to, I mean, speaking from experience, like if I withdraw, I will like get weird and start thinking like, you know, like even at 4 years in, even making decent money, it's like really easy to compare yourself. So just remember that you've got a team, community, and people that are successful that you can look to, which I wanted to like also talk about this book really quick that Moira, I just got it in the mail.
I'm the only one still waiting for mine. I'm going crazy.
I sent Kat one, and it's going to take a lot longer because it's like Canadian, or it's like I'm sending it to Canada. So everyone else should be getting their.
I ordered mine before you.
I don't know. It's like my step. I ordered the step the day it came out, and I got it like 10 days later. But so you guys can, I mean, the calls have been posted everywhere, but basically Moira, who's on our team, who's in top 10, made this journal. Like it's like a planner journal specifically geared toward Beachbody. Like she's a very like hand writes things down, lists everywhere kind of person. So it's very geared towards I haven't even like fully looked at it, but she explains how she came up with it in the call. I love that call. I get so inspired listening to Moira. And she started around the same time I did, and she made like $500,000 last year. So I listened to her, and that's, like, I like let it fuel me. So anyway, she made this book, but with Beachbody Compliance, she can't make a profit. So she can't really market it. So she's marketing it to like our teams, and then it became like, I think, a hot seller on Amazon. So then it went down. It's only $12, okay, for this like crazy book. And then it went down to like, when I bought it, it was like $9.77. So I purchased it for my active emeralds that that answered me basically. Some did not. So, but if you didn't, if you weren't gifted one, seriously, just go buy one because it's $9. But, so I just think it's going to be really cool because it's really, really geared towards staying consistent with like our business. So I'm very, very excited, even though I have a passion planner and I have this. So I recommend you get one. You can go watch the call. I don't think they're going to sell out or anything, but she can't make a profit and they're on Amazon. So I think she invested in like a shit ton of them. And it was just to help her team. And then she extended it to like the whole down, all of our team. So it's a pretty cool thing that this is like made from someone that went top 10, like, and I listen to what she says. So I'm really excited about that.
I want to say too, why you should do it is because it's a combination of all the best practices in the Passion Planner.
Oh yeah.
The Design Your Best Year Ever notebook, and like how to track your business. So daily, it's like how to track your invites, how many coaches you're signing on, how many new customers you're signing on, people to follow up with, like all of that is in the same place. And I'm a pen to paper person too. And so in this call, she's like, I'm that person with like 12 notebooks, and I'm that person. I have so many notebooks. I know. I'm like, I think I have 3 literally in front of me on my coffee table. So I'm that person with all the different notebooks. I like to put everything pen to paper, and to have all of those things in one. Yeah, we're all these people. So this notebook, like, this is made for us and to help us be successful. I like to see numbers, and I like to see that all, and to have it all right there is really exciting.
And Moira is like really big on vision. So I haven't even like read the beginning yet, but she's like almost brought me to tears listening to her talk about vision. She believes in it. And I so think that that's like a huge part of this business, is just like, how badly do you want it? How much do you believe? And she does. So, and her story is so awesome because she was like a shitty challenger for like the first year and a half. Like she didn't even complete a challenge. She didn't participate in any challenge groups. She had every excuse, kids, a business, every excuse to not care about it. And then just one day listened to a certain call that just fired her up. And then she was all in. So I think that's cool too, because it's not like, it's not like she started it immediately. It was awesome. It took her a minute. But okay, so I will show you guys I'll screen share in short. I actually found one that's from, I must have made it the end of 2015 because it says 5-star diamond by 12/28/16. So that meant that I was making it at the end of 2015, which was my first year as a coach. I was still part-time, but I started in November of 2014. So that was like, I count that, but it was like my first 2 months, and so 2015 was like my first full year as a part-time Beachbody coach. So, and some of the stuff has not come true and some has. So I pulled it out. Let me share. Nope, that's not what I wanted. This one. Okay, so can you guys see it? Okay, so I just went on Canva, and I think I did it on my phone, which was very time consuming, but you can do Canva's free, and you can do it on on the site. But I just like Google image things I wanted. And some of it was from like the Beachbody website, and some of it was just stuff that like things I wanted to do. So I just like pulled all these images on just so I could look at them, and I had it saved on my phone. I had it saved on my desktop. And so some things that did happen in that March of 2016, I did enjoy the cruise. I went on the cruise. Puerto Rico, that happened it didn't happen in August. It ended up happening in October, but we went on a diamond retreat. So that happened. And my 17 trip to, I don't know where that was. I guess that was Maya Riviera, right? oh no, I didn't get that. That was when you guys went to Punta Cana. Okay, so I technically earned it, but somehow never got off the wait list. I think I fell through some weird loophole of like, I don't know what happened. I like didn't get to go. I was like, what? Oh no, what happened was they sent me an email. They're like, you're off the wait list. And I missed the freaking email because it was Hotmail. And now I have Gmail. So I blame it on a combination of my email at the time, but I was so bummed because I was like, I freaking earned this trip. So I didn't go. So that's kind of sad. But finished best year ever. I did date myself because I was like single. There's lots of babes and with abs that was going on. I definitely was working on my booty. I went hiking a lot. I got boots and I went hiking a lot. I did go camping a couple times. I did go to the Grand Canyon. I made that happen with my success partner at the time. I met her in Vegas and we drove to the Grand Canyon. Yeah, so I wanted to have reached 10,000 followers on IG. I don't think it happened that year. I think it happened the next year, but still, it was just like fun to think about. I wanted to make $1,000 a week by April 1st. Can't remember if that happened yet. No, I don't think it did. I don't think I broke $1,000 a week until maybe beginning of 2017. But so yeah, some of this stuff did not happen. Some of it did. I did reach Success Club 10 Legend. I'm not debt free. Yeah, right. I wish. I don't have a down payment for a house, but you know, I wanted to visit my friends. Anyways, you guys can see. Okay. And then this one, wait, can you guys, hold on. Let me share again really quick. I just wanted to show you how it changed a little bit this last year. And I didn't, like, it had a schedule on it that I definitely it was very unrealistic and I definitely did not stick with it. But like, so some pictures on here were, wanted to go somewhere tropical, wanted to be able to do push-ups or pull-ups, wanted to visit, go traveling more, camping. These were just visual. Like the last one I made was very like wordy as well, but this one was more like I knew what it meant. Like I knew this picture of food meant like I'm going to take better pictures of food and try different recipes. Like in my mind, I knew what these things meant. And like interior design, like I knew I wanted to save for like a house and have like an awesome velvet couch. And I knew I wanted to go, I did not go on a yoga retreat, but like I thought I would go on a yoga retreat. One day I really want to own a travel camper, like that I can take like a vintage one that I like make all cool. So I found this on Pinterest, like the inside of this travel camper thing. And that didn't happen, but that's still just like something I want one day. Picture of me and my son. I watched a YouTube video for this girl that made vision boards and she recommended she put her son like in the middle because her whole idea was that that's what she works hard for. That's like her why. So you could always think of it that way. Like if you have like a strong, like it's your family or a partner or, you know, that could be like your center and then the things can support it. So it can look however you want. And you can also make a physical one too. These are just like, yeah. And then as you can see, like I'm not good at schedules. So I thought I was going to wake up at 4:30 in the morning and go to bed at 9. Yeah, right. It's like never happened. Psycho. But it was something that I was like thinking of doing and I wanted to be at night. I wanted to make sure my food was prepped, be done by eating, meditate. These things never happened, but it was still like good to, I guess what I'm saying is sometimes you set these goals and then you learn from them and you're like, okay, that's not actually what I want to do. And so then you just, you know, change it, but the idea is still there. So those are mine.
I have no desire to ever wake up at 4:30 in the morning. So
I've never woken up at 4:30. Like, I don't know why. I thought that was going to be a thing.
When I opened for Starbucks and that was literal hell. So okay.
Real quick before you go, I just wanted to show you guys. I did go to the dollar store and get poster board. You can get like big ones, and then they had like cute letters, like little vinyl letters. So you could always like make something too. I was thinking I might make one and write like a lead on it. I don't know. And then I also got this, and then oh my god, we're such nerds. We both got this in the mail, which was a Success Club prize. Right? Yeah. So this is a magnetic board. So whatever you guys want to do, whether it's physically visual or on your computer visual, I just think it's important to be looking at it all the time.
I think for me, and one thing I realized is I wasn't as good this year about having it be visual. So when I'm redoing it, it's going to be like the computer screen and it's going to be the background of my phone. And then I'm going to do something with this, since it was a Success Club prize, might as well do something with that. So I think it's important to have multiple things just to remind yourself And I will share mine real quick. Okay. So this is my 2016 vision board. You guys see that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So again, this was 2016 Elite Coach. Didn't happen. Unleash the Power Within. We did go to UPW in 2016. That happened. So like their savings account, I started a savings account. We did do the Puerto Rico Diamond Retreat. Success Club 20 every month didn't happen, but like I was hitting Success Club. I didn't hit a $5,000 week. That's still up on there, but like it's just something that keeps me going. And this was 2016. So I will say like 2018, I still haven't accomplished a lot of these things, but they're still there. Like they haven't changed. They're still on my one that I'm making for this year. And this is a lot of what I revamped from last year, like Mastery University from Tony Robbins has been on there for a couple years now that we've done UPW. I want to do Mastery University. Elite 10 stars still there. Leadership, hiking more, Banff, like buying a Jeep, Elite, top 25. These are all things like this is the one that I'm working on for now, but like it's based off of what I haven't accomplished, but there are things that I have over the years and it just continues to motivate me. And I will say, just like Amber said, what I do is I just go to Google and I Google search things and then I save it to my desktop. My desktop's a mess. And then I just do it on there. But you can, again, you could use magazines, you could do whatever if you want the visual. You could print things out, grab a poster board. I think the Dollar Tree is a great idea. Way cheaper than Michael's, which is my go-to. So, yeah, just get really creative with it. And like, remember, you're not just thinking about the year goals. You're thinking about what you want to do with this over the next 5 years, 10 years. Like think about, yes, things that you want, but like think not just the next 365 days, think beyond that. Because you have to remember some of these really dream big goals are things that they're going to take time and they're going to take continuous energy, and knowing that like it really is being devoted to those goals and then showing up every day. So we've talked a little bit about that. And so hopefully you guys have brainstormed some ideas that you want on there, whether it's a Success Club trip, taking your family on vacation, to Disneyland, whatever. Like, but what was I going to say? Next, should we talk about rank a little bit more?
Yeah.
So in the chat box, just based off like, hopefully you guys had a little bit of an idea. I would love to see what you guys want to accomplish next year as far as rank goes and income. And I want you guys to think about this because next we're going to talk a little bit about reverse engineering those things, but I can't reverse engineer what I don't if I don't know what you guys want. So I know Amber and I are both pushing for Elite again. And by the way, anybody here could 2-star, $2,000 a month, Eden, Premier. I love that. Thanks for the accountability. I want coaching to pay for my airfare and hotel for Summit. I love that goal, Mary. Amber, 5-star, double your income. I was like, oh, wait. Premier hire, $5,000 a month. Yeah, Katie. And I'm glad to see that goal went up because, like I said, Katie and I and Eden talked on Sunday, and she was like, maybe just a solid diamond. And I'm like, well, we can do better. Oh, wait.
Yeah. And like, even we just showed you guys our goals. Like I've had 5-star Elite on my, thing each year, but I think that like I'm repeating myself probably, but just like shooting higher has kept me, even though I've like fallen short, I've still like when I write down like, okay, when I look at my income, for instance, like that's always a really good, like, over the year, if you stick with this and you maintain emerald or higher rank, you will see and consistently hit club months and be like, oh, I'm making more money. Like that's I'm getting somewhere. So I think that if I didn't shoot that high, even though I'm closer now, but in the very beginning, you know, and I didn't really understand, if I hadn't shot that high, I don't know if I would have tried as hard.
It's like if you shoot low, you have no expectations to rise to. So shoot high and you're gonna land like maybe your minimum or like your bare minimum isn't your goal. You want to shoot higher, so you're at least achieving the bare minimum. And one thing that I will say is like my goal is still, I want a 6-figure year and 10-star. It's forever going to be my goal until it happens. And I have a feeling 2019, it'll be my year to make it happen. And I just, again, I want you guys to be excited about this. And just think about this. So the cool thing is, and why we want you to focus on above Diamond 2, because once you guys start growing in rank, meaning that your star diamond, 2-star, 5-star, 10-star, those are also get quarterly bonuses based off the company's earnings, which is a really cool perk. I've gotten the 2-star bonus twice and I need to get my 2-star back so I can get that again. But that was, I think, an extra like $800 paid out. And they do that. It's based off of, it's divided between all the paid 2-stars during that quarter and a small percentage of the company's earning. And then like the 5-star bonus, I think was like $3,000. The 10-star bonus, I believe, is upwards of 10,000. And then if you want to dream really freaking big, which 15-star will forever be on my vision board, that's like a $70,000 quarterly bonus. Just to like throw that out there, because that's more than most people make in an entire year at most like 9-to-5 jobs or any job. Like that's just something out there for you too. So think about that. And maybe it's not your 2019 goal, but it could be your 2020 goal, or like putting that like 15-star bonus that is going to be on my vision board, because it's always going to be there because I want that. I know. And it's thinking about, for me, like what I could do with that money, because if I was making that, I would also be like, my income as a whole would be larger, but I could like help my parents, I could help my family and like things like that. That excites me. So as far as reverse engineering that, I think it goes down to one thing that Amy's always said is like, you guys, if you want to be growing as a coach, you need to be recruiting at least 3 to 5 coaches a month. And this is for your team to actually grow, so you don't get stuck in what we call like replacement mode. Because if you're recruiting less than 3 coaches, people are going to quit faster than like you can grow. So it's important to be recruiting at least 3 to 5 coaches a month in your business. And I think we can all go above and beyond that. And then hitting at least Success Club 10. I would say for all of these goals, I see 2-star premier, make $2,000 a month, $5,000 a month, leaving your full-time job or dropping to part-time, being able to pay for your airfare. I think like everybody here should at least push for Success Club 10, because the faster, like we always say Success Club 5 is like the bare minimum and what you should push for. But like I can say, for example, like Amber, you're a perfect example. Like your income grows faster when you hit Success Club 10, and it's more people who you can help and more potential coaches as well. And I think for breaking that down even further, what will be really helpful is when everybody, maybe Amber, I don't know if you can go in there, but I know part of the that planner has like, is there like an invite thing?
In Moira's?
Yeah.
You know, I got it today and I know there's like a coach hot list to like, and that hot list is like who you're having actual conversations with, like people that you want to follow. There's like coaches and customer hot list. There must be. I'm sure there is. I just haven't fully dug in yet. And I will add that when I was like only coaching for a few months, I earned a call with Amy because I'm Kate's PS coach, and I earned a call. And I remember being like, I really want to like, I forget what I said. Something about, I forget what my goal was. And she was like, and it was such a quick call. And she was just like, you need to recruit 3 or 5 coaches a month. And I was like, what? I remember feeling that way. So if any of you guys are like, what? No. Like I remember being like, you're what? I'm like, but how do I get people that want to work the business? You know? And she was just like, are you talking about the business? Like she was just so like, do this. And I'm like, okay. But it's like true. It still is true. And even recently we're like DMing about my current situation. I want to be 2 stars, like open my second CBC and double my income. And she's like, how many coaches are you recruiting? And I'm like, 5 to 10. And she's like, do they all want to work the business? You need to replace, and it's not to be mean, but she's like, you need to be replacing your team quarterly, because you need to be getting those people in just to accommodate for the people that are quitting. Because there's going to be so many people that sign up for the discount. Life happens. Like, you just never know. And so it's not about not working with your team or not caring about your team. It's just about always being in that growth mindset, and how, and she knows what she's talking about. So it's really important to be like bringing the new blood in constantly. And I also have a theory that we're all going to like, someone's going to come into our team and just like kill it. And it's going to inspire the F out of all of us. So, it's just that bringing in that new energy. And I think the energy right now is really good, but we also just like, it's always just good to be bringing in new people.
Sorry, I got distracted. I was trying to find something that I wanted to share too with like reverse engineering. So Amber and I think we both shared, I think you shared this in your team page too, the new like Success Club system tracker, because I think this will really help for reverse engineering, because I think getting specific about what you're doing is really what's going to be the game changer in your daily actions, because the daily actions are like what turns into our habits, and that's what turns into our results in our business. So they came up with a new Success Club system, and actually the 4 vital behaviors were updated to vital behavior number 1, be proof the product works, which is the same. Vital behavior number 2 is connect, invite, and follow up. Vital behavior number 3, which I love, is get people results. And hopefully you guys think about this too when you sign somebody up. It's not just about getting them signed up, it's about helping them get results. And then vital behavior number 4 is do personal development. So it is updated a little bit. But what I love is this new tracker. And if you guys didn't know this, our pay week starts on Thursday. So it goes Thursday through Wednesday. So there's a section, be proof the product works. Like, it's based off of all of the 4 vital behaviors and broken into those sections. So, and I like it. Like, you can print it out. It has your why, your target market, but be proof the product works every single day, and then connect, invite, and follow up. And so it's initiate connections and followers, and it says 20 minutes, do a social media post that showcases the benefits of your healthy lifestyle or has a call to action. Update Instagram, Facebook story throughout the day, and it gives you ideas on what to share. Respond to all new likes, comments, or views. Invite number of people, at least 5, to join challenge group and learn about coaching. Follow up with people you've invited, and then get people results. Contribute to your challenge group, recognize achievements, respond to questions from customers and coaches, and then do personal development. So I really like this because it's getting specific, and obviously the more people you invite and the more people that you do this with, the higher your numbers are going to be. And then I think a lot of it too is making sure that we're not just doing this ourselves, but we're duplicating it within our team. So when you get coaches started, you have this system to plug them into. And hopefully you guys know that when you get coaches started, don't just say, oh, you're going to do this for the discount, or, oh, I'm unsure about how to get you started because I'm just getting started. Like, you have this team, you have these tools to plug them into. And especially when people ask what they're going to do every day, I think using this tracker is going to be huge, and getting people like Moira's planner. I don't have it in my hands, and I'm excited to look through it, but like things like that will really help us as a team make those goals happen, because it isn't like, it's important to set these visions, it's important to set these goals for ourselves, but it really comes down to those daily behaviors and those daily actions. And you are the only one who truly knows if you're doing the work or you're not. And I think oftentimes we like to tell ourselves we're doing the work, but if you're getting specific about the work that you actually have to do, like the invites, the connections, the follow-ups, and like getting very just, for lack of a better word, anal about the numbers that go in, like, you're going to be seeing higher results in your business. And it's not something that's going to happen over a month. It's going to take time, and know that like it's going to take multiple months. And I read this quote today from Shaun T. I'm reading, and I hope everybody does, with Transform 20. He wants everybody to read like T is for transformation. And there was this quote in what I read today, which I think is like perfect for what this call is all about, is like, get better today than you were yesterday. Multiply that by 365 days in a year, and your life will be transformed. So now just thinking about what those actions that you're doing today will like bring today, like the seeds that you're planting won't grow overnight, but where that will be like a year from now. So I really want you guys to like think about that too. And while I think I've been guilty of this before too, is like we set these visions and we set these goals and we're like, we have an entire year to achieve it. And I know personally, I want to run into the first quarter and lock in elite. Like, this is my goal. This was my goal this year. And I got closer to it than I was last year. And that's all I can focus on, is like every year I'll get closer and closer until it's going to happen. But like my goal is going to be to lock in elite the first quarter and like lock in that big, hairy, scary goal that I have for myself in the first few months, and pretend that that's all the time I have to make it happen, because we oftentimes think we have this entire year and then we procrastinate, not even intentionally. I think sometimes it's subconsciously. So to consciously put in that effort to 10x what we're doing now, especially with the launch of Transform 20, like we can do so much with that, and that can really take over our business for the next quarter and like going into even the second quarter. So yeah, I just went on a tangent, but.
Oh, your new water bottle too.
Oh yeah. I almost wore the sweatshirt. It would have been the combo.
Yeah, I think tracking is so important. I just recently got serious about tracking again, because it became such a like, yeah, post, do my workout, personal development. But then I was falling short even on my own inviting, because I have so many conversations going. A lot of times I do think those connections that I have on social media are important. They turn into trust that turns into Challenge Pack sales. So I do invest time in connecting with people. But when I got serious with tracking and was like, how many new invites did I actually do? Oh, not that many, you know? And so, and I realized I was lacking in inviting or starting new conversations about coaching, because my whole thing was like, well, I just want people to do it if they want to do it. And that's not really growing. I'm not growing that way. So, so it's just important, you know, wherever you are, to be tracking. I think it's just a good way to be like, oh, I am working every day. Because even if you guys are part-time, like, I think it can feel very much like you have a lot going on. You have another job and you have Beachbody, and you're like, okay, I did my bare minimum, like I'm good. And then a whole week could go by, and if you're not tracking, you might not even catch that you only did like, you know what I mean? Like 2 invites or something. So, and it's up to you to manage your time. If you want to spend 2 days where you just knock that stuff out, do it. But I think having the tracker it's just so important, whatever tracker you want to use. But I love the new one. I actually need to share that in Team TCB. I haven't done that yet. I like laugh it. And then to do it, I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I like forgot to go back and save it. So yeah, so any kind of tracking is important.
And the last thing that I really want to end this call with is like, it's since we talked about procrastination, and since we talked about like what is happening where we want to be like years from now, I really want to encourage every single person watching this call to take the next year and just go balls to the wall with your business and put those goals and like as your forefront, and not think about like if you want to do something with this business, like you want to make $5,000 a month, you want to make $2,000 a month, you want to go premier, you want to go part-time with your job, whatever you want to do with it, like really commit to it and really get honest with yourself that it's going to take sacrifice. Less binge watching Netflix, less going out on the weekends, less doing things that are taking up your free time or like time that is you time. Make your business your you time. I think I see that a lot in this business, is where people say that they want to accomplish these things, but they're not willing to actually make those daily little sacrifices and like make your business your you time. And a big part of our business is working on us. It is our results. It is our growth. So if you put that into the world and put that out there, and then get real with the people in your life too, that this next year, like this is what you're working towards and why you're working towards it, Like make people know that if you're going to make these sacrifices, if you're going to sacrifice some extra time, you're going to put in more hours, you're going to get really specific about your work hours and like what you want to accomplish. Tell the people in your life, whether it's your kids, whether it's your parents, whether it's your family, your significant other, your friends, that this next year is about what you can accomplish in this business. And this is why. What is your vision with that? Like, you want to be able to retire your husband, or be there for your kids, or take your family on vacation, or retire from a job that you hate so you can help more people with this business. But like, get really specific about that and share that with the people in your life so they understand what you're pushing towards. But like, write yourself a permission slip and say, this is my year. And it starts now. You're not waiting till January, but saying, this is my year. Like, this is my Beachbody. 2019 is my Beachbody year. And for the rest of 2018, I'm going to get really specific about what that means to me and what I'm going to do to make that happen. But this is what I'm going to accomplish. And this is the work that I'm going to put in. And every day I'm going to show up for myself like I'm showing up for a 9 to 5. Like, I'm showing up, like this is, if I don't show up, then I'm just saying my dreams, my goals, they're not important to me. Like, remember that when you're thinking about, oh, I'm tired, or, oh, I don't feel like sending those invites, or I heard no today and that really sucked, or somebody returned a challenge pack and that sucked. It does suck, but there's so many more people that you can help with that. And what's really funny, and I want to share this because it happens, I actually just got a message today from someone who was a challenger and was a coach, and then she quit and sent me this really nasty message about it. I've gotten 3 in my career doing this 5 years now, like 3 nasty messages that like made me cringe, made me tear up almost. Like, they were like mean, and they're from people who return challenge backs and were just like, you're whatever. It didn't work for them, and they put that on me. All of those 3 people now have come back and apologized and said, that wasn't on you. I was going through something in my life. So if you hear those things, I will say 100% of the time, it might be a year down the road or 2 years down the road, those people come back and they're like, I'm sorry, I was an asshole. You were being there for me. You were providing me with this opportunity. I wasn't at a place where I felt like I could thrive with it, or whatever their excuse or reason is. But like, just know that you're going to help so many more people than the people who are going to upset or get weird about it. And like, that's not on you. All you can do is continue to show up for the people who will run with this, for the people whose lives you will change, and think about all the people that you will impact. So with those goals, think about like how many people you want to help. Actually, I would love to see this. Everybody write down like a goal of how many transformations, like challengers, like you want to create. How many people you want to help with Transform 20, how many like transformations you want to create. Because you have to think about that. How many people you want to help make $100 with coaching, or like whatever. Like, once you turn your goals around so they're not just about you, they're about other people, it helps you show up. Like, you're showing up not just for yourself, but you're showing up for other people. You're showing up for the team and to help and inspire everybody. So I just want to leave that call on that, and hope everybody's really inspired and ready to make the next year just really fucking big, because I know I am. And I am every year, but I feel like I say this every year, but this year is different. There's something different. The energy is different. I think we all get fed up with our own bullshit and our limiting beliefs and the things that hold us back. And I know I am. And it's ready to like, just go harder than ever and help more people see what they're capable of.
And those people that do sacrifice, like in my experience of just being at Summit or a Diamond Retreat, or, anytime I've had a chance to be physically close to somebody that was in the top 10 or reach 5-star elite, to hear them be like, oh man, it was a hard couple of months. Like, I was working my ass off. It was stressful. I was trying to keep everybody's make sure they weren't losing rank. We were like really rallying together, but the payoff, you know what I mean? Like, they made a lot of sacrifices, but like, whenever I've seen that, and then we were in Mexico, and Carly Lindor was like, had just found out she was like 5-star or whatever. What is she now? Like, maybe you weren't there when that happened, but like, I just remember her, I thought it was you, but she was just like, oh, it was such a stressful couple of months, but I think I'm going to make 5-star. And then she now is like a lot more. And so anytime I've just, what?
I think it was me. I think we were talking to her and her fiance. Was it? I don't know.
And then like Bree Headley, you know, just being like, she pulled out 2-star at the end of last year and was like, I'm still having like like post-traumatic stress for my December or whatever. But like, whatever. They like saw such great growth, you know? And sometimes I'll play a little game where I'm like, I'm going to do this and get this done, and then I'm going to watch some Netflix. So like I try to like play a game where, because I like doing what I do, but like it doesn't mean you have to sacrifice everything that you love, but maybe, you know, you prioritize your goals and then you reward yourself. I don't know. Anyways, I just wanted to add that. But thanks for being on the call. I know it's already 7, so I don't want to keep you guys.
I'll just also say sometimes I'm not going to do this with Transform 20 because it's different, because I've heard the workouts, like people aren't even listening to music because they're just listening to Shanti. But I've been guilty of like when a new show comes on Netflix, I watch it while I work out. So I'm like, I'm still doing me. I'm still working my goals, and I'm getting, you know.
That's awesome.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for being on the call. We'll have the recording up later tonight. And I'm really excited to read all of your goals and see your vision board. So I really would love to see everybody get them done this week and post them in the team pages so we can like inspire other people and just get accountable, because remember, it's not just like, we can't hold on to this. If it's almost like I think sometimes we get scared about our goals because we think if we share them, they get more real. Well, that's why we have to share them. So you got to get real with those goals so we can all hold each other accountable to have an amazing 2019. So thank you guys.
Okay, bye.